This is Donna D'Angelo with the Institute of Christ Consciousness with the Breath of Spirit meditation for April 27th, 2025. We will be focusing on Jesus in this meditation, but from a different perspective. And this one is to focus on the words, the living gospel of Jesus. Take a few moments to quiet your mind and take a deep breath or two. You may begin to wonder, what does the living gospel of Jesus mean? Well, there are very many interpretations. The one I'm presenting to you today is designed to help you come into a deeper appreciation in your own way of what it means to live his gospel message. His gospel was simple. It was faith in the Creator and loving service to humanity. Jesus well understood that humanity has a spark of the divine within the higher realms of the mind. And in his teaching and preaching and healing, he always sought to help people come into a deeper appreciation of that divine relationship within the human heart. Today, his living gospel has been interpreted in many different ways. But I am suggesting to return to this very simple meaning and value that he gave to his gospel message, to have faith in the Creator of all, to make contact with the divine inner spark, and then to live as best you can each day, being loving, forgiving, kind, and fair with our brothers and sisters. So today, I'd like to invite us to just simply see these words, the living gospel of Jesus, and envision they are an energy field surrounding you. You are living in a higher field of divine meaning and value, and that your heart wants to connect with this and to help you feel what this really means from a higher divine perspective. Something that perhaps your human mind has not yet appreciated or apprehended. The spirit within you knows what this truly means, Jesus' living gospel, and wants to help you achieve your living in that state in your own unique way. So let us begin and imagine yourself in this large field of the living gospel of Jesus. That is what he left here for us to tap into. And feel your heart begin to gently pulse and feed upon this living energy field and bring you into deep peace. And let's begin. Mm. Jesus proclaimed the love of the Creator to all humanity. His message was not for one particular set of beliefs. It was more a statement of fact The Spirit of God lives within each human heart, and it is up to each individual to open that door of the heart and make contact with the Spirit, and to have faith in this Spirit as the guiding presence throughout one's life. The guiding presence within always has the answers you need and will always help you live your life in a state of love and peace and forgiveness, so that you can demonstrate the fruits of the Spirit of compassion, fairness, mercy, and kindness to our brothers and sisters. The Spirit within feeds you, mind and body, with the energy you need so that you too can live according to the living gospel of Jesus in your own unique way. This is the universal message he was here to help humanity understand. Over time, his message became infiltrated with many belief systems that turned into theologies and dogmas that took humanity away from appreciating and apprehending his simple gospel message. But now it is time to return to that. And by simply seeing yourself stand in the living gospel of Jesus and let your heart communicate into you from that field, you will begin to experience a deeper appreciation of what you can do to live in this way and become a living expression of Christ consciousness. Think of this field of the living gospel of Jesus as food for your heart and soul. It is a living form of information. It is a record of what Jesus produced when he was here as a human, of his love for humanity, his understanding of human nature, his validation of each person to be who he and she is as a daughter and son of God. These are some of the things you are tapping into to feed you, to help your human mind move beyond what your material culture teaches you and into a broader spiritual realm of information where you are given so many new ideas to consider, so much better information that will thrill you and delight you, because now you are on an ever-expanding journey of coming into your own Christed state. And here is where you blossom as a human and become more spiritually magnetic to others who need to know the good news of the living gospel of Jesus. So continue to focus on this and let your spirit communicate into you that which will be most helpful to you in this present moment to understand what is occurring deep within. As you absorb gently, quietly into the living gospel of Jesus, over time, you may notice that your thinking becomes more clear. Your emotions become more stable because now you are feeding upon a field of energy on the planet that is so beneficial to your human nature that you will begin to live in a different way. If everyone on the planet was living according to the principles of Jesus' living gospel, this world would change almost overnight. Because here we would be moving from what we call our ego mind of self-centeredness into the greater dynamic of appreciation that all people are beloved by our Creator. All people are beloved by Jesus, and all people have an opportunity to strike out on their spiritual path that will lead them into great happiness, peace of mind, and joy in being a human. This is the way our Creator had always intended for us to live. But unfortunately, at this time in our planetary culture, there is so much confusion about who Jesus is or was, the nature of his teachings. But when you just simply tap into the living gospel of Jesus, all of those questions can gain more clarity within your mind. Be willing to ask the questions. Who are you, Jesus, and what does your living gospel mean? You have a direct connection to him through the Spirit of truth, which is also attached to your own indwelling spirit. So you have so many inner spiritual resources to provide you with the answers that you need to seek for yourselves. You don't have to seek for them in the outer world. Seek within, for there is where your treasure lies. And let's continue to focus on this for a few more moments. Drinking in the field of the living gospel of Jesus, being fed in this field. Let it soak into your being. Let yourself be saturated with it. And if you wish, envision there are cords of energies from your feet reaching down deep into this living gospel. And those roots from your feet into the living gospel are being fed. There is a spiritual saturation underway, filling your energy system with what you need to know. It is a form of spiritual illumination that helps the spirit within, your own indwelling divine spark of the Creator, to translate the information that you are feeding upon into your conscious awareness, perfect with correct interpretation just for you and where you are in this present moment. So drink deeply with the cords underneath your feet, your rooted system. Drink, drink, drink. The living gospel of Jesus. And let it gently expand within you. Jesus truly paved the way for us to reach our own state of Christ consciousness. Trust that when you focus on his living gospel, that there is something percolating in you that will stimulate your thoughts and feelings, give you the information you need to continue on your own path of spiritual development and soul growth, that your level of consciousness may reach that Christed state, and you live here on the planet as a higher level of human. This is the path we are all on. This is the path of planetary ascension. Some people are more aware of it than others, and if you are one of those fortunate ones who are so aware that this is your true path, then follow it with your full heart and soul, and know that you are becoming a glorious human being, similar in the way to what Jesus was able to accomplish as a human of his divine nature. Grow in the gospel that he left for us to teach and share with others, and know that all is well. Thank you for allowing me to share these brief moments with you. And if you need a personal touch, we are always available to help you clear out the interference in your mind so that you have greater access to the spirit within and can tap more deeply into the living gospel of Jesus. Thank you again, and goodbye for now.